laughter, cake, coffee. Three components that you expect to find in a cafe. However, in this particular cafe, the talking subject is far from what you would expect.
Evolution, change, which includes death.
Death. It happens to all of us, so why not talk about it? That's exactly what this group of people do once a month. Drew Trapperman is a first timer to the cafe and who felt right at home straight away.
I have found my first time at Death Cafe to be very beneficial. I feel actually quite enlivened. I stumbled on it on the internet. I was like, oh my God, this thing exists.
Caroline Dent is an end-of-life doula, someone who supports and are there for a person who is dying. There are a total of 9 death cafes in London, and Dent founded the Finsbury Park one 3 years ago.
There was very, very little happening. Conversations weren't happening about death. And for me, that's the key thing, that we have to normalise these conversations, because death is something that's going to happen to all of us.
Sam is a regular at the cafe. She thinks that there are a lot of misconceptions of what a death cafe really is.
A lot of people would think that coming to a death cafe would be something that was melancholy or mournful or sad, and actually that's as far from the truth, because certainly the very first time that I came to the death cafe, I left here feeling really invigorated, and I found the whole experience life affirming. We sit around and laugh and we joke, we can get sad, everything's okay, and it's as much about celebrating life as about questioning death.
Death cafes are not the only way people deal with death. Some people actually celebrate it. Erica Buis is a journalist who is writing a book about death festivals around the world.
Death cafes are a fascinating development. What's really interesting, I think, about death cafes is the people who attend them. They are predominantly middle-class, well-educated white people. I was at an event one time where we were talking about death cafes, and people were saying we should bring this to people of colour and people from different countries. And someone said, I'm not sure they're the ones that need it. I think we're the ones who are behind in this way. So I'm traveling to death festivals around the world and writing a book about it. And what I've noticed with those festivals is that it's this time during the year when people can deal with their terror of death. And then when somebody dies, they can focus on the loss itself. We're dealing with our fear and our loss at the same time. And so I think for a lot of people, discussing death has become synonymous with discussing the death of someone you love and yourself.
Though most people are still not ready to openly talk about death, at least those that are have a place where they can come together and do just that. And maybe the boost of cafes like this is a sign that things are about to change.
I thought there was going to be about 6 people here. That's what I thought. That's going to be a small group, because who the hell wants to come to a thing like this? I mean, no one in their right mind, but actually we're all in our right minds. So yeah, that's my 2 cents.
You'll be back then.
I'm definitely coming back. There's more. There's so much more.